Hello fellow brainies, dear subscribers and viewers, I'm your good pal K, the Rainbow Dash Slash and Brain here. Today I'm going to be reading the rest of my fan-written Invader Zim story, Cody's Fantasy with Zim, that I wrote a few years ago. And the fantasy part that does contain mild sexual content, just warning you right now. But before we get on to that, I'm going to read you guys a comment that an MLP hater left on my previous vlog. Hello, I am a hater. And I hate My Little Pony. Screw you, I hate My Little Pony. It is a disgrace onto you and everybody who likes Little Pony. So fuck you, it's a kid show, so leave it alone. It's a show intended for little girls, but I'm not gonna friggin' stop watching. I'm gonna keep watching MLP for however long it goes for. There's nothing wrong with friggin' teenagers and adults enjoying My Little Pony. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I'm never gonna stop watching it. So you can't tell me what to do. You can get stuffed, idiot. Let's get on to reading this story, the rest of it. Chapter 3, the fantasy. No, I did warn you, mild sexual content in the fantasy part as well. Have you been having any more dreams about Zim recently, Cody? Apart from the one I just told you about Zim and I with the wedding, I've just had one more dream, but I'm with Zim while he's lying on the bed. So, what are you doing with Zim in this dream? I end up doing something else when I'm kissing him. That something you're doing is what? I'll just tell you about it. The dream starts off with me walking into my bedroom holding a sleeping Zim. I put Zim on the bed and he wakes up. Zim sees me taking his boots off and putting them on the ground at the end of the bed. Then of course I get on the bed with Zim. Zim and I stare into each other's eyes for a few seconds until Zim puts his hand on my right cheek as I lean in to kiss him. We take a short break, then start to kiss again. We repeat this numerous times. As we're kissing, I have my hand up Zim's left leg and I remove his legging. Zim watches me do this as I remove his legging from his right leg. I've actually never seen Zim's legs before. Then I start to kiss Zim again while moving my hand up Zim's left leg, and then I stopped when I got up to his hip. Zim has never had anyone touch his legs or any part of his body before, but he liked the way I did it. Then we looked into each other's eyes again and we started to kiss, with me still having my hand up Zim's uniform that was now on his left hip. We kissed long into the night even though we're still best friends. Yeah, and I'll explain it in the future with more detail about how I started to love Zim, how I developed a crush on him when I've got more info, okay guys? That was my first fantasy with Zim, and I loved every minute of it. Brownplay was surprised to hear my fantasy that had Zim in it with him. So, you and Zim made a lot of love, didn't you? He even liked the way you moved your hand up his legs, and he actually did like it too. I don't know if I should say this or not. I mean, I'm not gay, I'm not bisexual, I'm straight. This is what I put. Zim still manages to look sexy even if he hasn't got his disguise on. That's how I felt about Zim, where I started to develop a crush on him, and yeah, I'll explain it in the future, okay guys? At least no one heard you talk about this, but you never know that your fantasy may come true one day. Girl was now sleeping on my pillow, still with his earphones in, while the TV had stopped Shrek and rewound it back to the start. This was with an old TV I had. I ejected the videotape, put it back in the case and removed the cord from the earphones from the TV. Bailey, who had been asleep on my lap for more than half an hour, woke up, yawned and stretched. Enjoy your sleep, Bailey, mate? Very much, thank you. I had a dream where everything was made of lollies and chocolate. You have that dream all the time when you're sleeping, I said. Well, I can't think of anything else to dream about, because that's the only dream I have when I'm sleeping. Bailey, Brown Puppy and I looked over at the sleeping girl who kept repeating the word tacos. He was also dreaming about those and rubber piggies. Aww, girl looks so cute when he's sleeping. Oh, God. What was that? Bailey asked us. Nothing. Bailey, Brown Puppy and I were getting hungry waiting for Zim to arrive home with Macca's. I shouldn't have had that dream about lollies and chocolate, as his tummy rumbled. Don't worry guys, I'm sure Zim will be home soon. Just a few seconds after I said that, the boys heard the doorbell ring. The sound of the doorbell woke Ger up and all the boys ran into the lounge room as I went to answer the door. You're a legend, Zim, I said. Anytime, said Zim. As Bailey got the bag of food from me, Zim and I went out to the cruiser and got the drinks. So, what have you and the others been up to? Zim asked me. Bailey and Ger have been watching Shrek and I told Brown Puppy how I'm always thinking and dreaming about you and how much I love you. I love you too, Cody. As soon as Zim and I went into the house, Bailey, Brown Puppy and Ger were nearly finished eating their chips. Okay then, there's a Sprite for Bailey, a Fanta for Ger, and a Coke each for Brown Puppy, Zim and I. Yay! Cheered both Bailey and Ger. And after Bailey and Ger burped, we got back to eating their food and sipping our drinks. Zim and I turned to look at each other and then I leaned in towards him and kissed him on the cheek. Zim did like it when I did that to him, he put his food down and hugged me. Of course, this would never ever really happen. Zim would never care for any humans whatsoever. But in my dream, he does. He cares about me. Bailey, Brown Puppy and Ger stopped eating to look at Zim and I hugging each other. Aww, isn't that sweet as? It sure is, said Brown Puppy. Even though I may not be able to spend the rest of my life with my best friend Zim, this is all just a dream that I wrote in this story. I know that Zim and I will love each other very much and that I will always protect Zim if Dib ever touched him. Nothing will ever break mine and Zim's love for each other apart. Later that night, when I was sleeping, I kept replaying the fantasy of me making love to Zim over and over again. Yeah guys, like I said earlier, I'm not gay, I'm not bisexual, I'm straight. Just that I developed a crush on a male cartoon character a few years ago and I still have a crush on him now, but yeah. What did you guys think of my fan-written Invader Zim story? Well, leave your comments in the comments section below and I just would like to know what you guys thought of it. It wasn't a bad story at all that I wrote. And now I'm going to be reacting to a video from Angry Grandpa called Angry Grandpa Eats Out of the Toilet. Vomit alert. Okay guys, that's it for now. Subscribe for more vlogs and possible reactions by clicking here, and subscribe to see more of the hilarious Angry Grandpa Helium videos on my main channel by clicking right here. I'm Cody the Rainbow _fan brain. I'll see you later.